These are my stairs. They've been converted into a LEGO racetrack using nothing but cardboard, duct tape, and hopes and dreams. Join me as I send 13 of my favorite LEGO models down these stairs, starting with a small bathtub racer and ending with the excellent Technic Batmobile. Many will try, but only few can succeed. The challenge begins with building a racetrack. We have this 90-degree bend to navigate, and of course the overall length of my stairs is about 20 feet, so quite a bit of ground to cover. Luckily, I have been keeping boxes in my garage for the last several months. We got some LEGO boxes, of course, got some Amazon boxes, Home Depot boxes, things like that, so we're going to go ahead and cut some of these open and get them laid out on the stairs. I'm going to go ahead and use my pocket knife here, and we're going to deconstruct some of these boxes. Now, of course, another challenge is that I have to be able to walk up and down the stairs while operating the racetrack, otherwise I won't be able to reset the camera between different takes and of course clean up after my mess. And now let's see exactly what kind of challenges our brave LEGO racers are going to face on this course. So kicking off, we have the Roxy and the Gnome. You progress right from the start line down this red sleeping pad. This is a camping pad that I have, very common in my homemade racetracks. And then of course that leads us right into the first jump. So that's a good 3 or 4 inch drop. I think that's going to knock a lot of racers out here. Progressing directly into the second jump, I have set up a clone versus droid battle scenario here as well. We have some representatives from the new clone versus droid battle pack, and of course a few staffs, a few D2 super battle droids, and then we have the brave soldiers from the 501st who are valiantly repelling these droid invaders, and they might just be helped out by some of the racers as they make their way down the course. Assuming we survive the jump, you'll be making your way down this narrow alley here into a very tough 90-degree corner. This, I'm not quite sure how this is going to work, but it's a very tight corner to navigate. Not a lot of the Legos can steer. Here we have an X-Wing who's parked, and the pilot is here to take in the views and the carnage. The racer's lucky enough to make it all the way through the end. We'll cross right through the finish line here, and I've got 2 Borak pillars to signal the finish line. Let's not forget Jabba and his entourage, who are always down to see a good race and some good carnage. And without further ado, let's send the first racer down. Contestant number 1 is the bathtub stunt bike racer, and off we go here. He's very light, so not a lot of air time there actually, and it looks like he's clearing the battle with ease, not helping the clones out at all there, and crash and burn through the final. He really didn't stay on his wheels very much there. My guess is that the narrow wheelbase and irregularity of the cardboard proved too much for this racer, who was unable to complete the course. And race number 2, we have 2 of these stone choppers. We're going to go ahead and run these guys together. Now these wheels spin very quickly, and these guys can go very far, so I'm hoping that one of these will finish. They easily clear the battle here. I see a lot of spinning, but overall a very good jump there from one of the contestants, and it looks like we might have a finisher. Absolutely. Let's see. He'll come down from the GoPro angle here right into Jabba. Just barely squeaks by there. And we have our very first winner here. Maybe unconventional, but we'll take what we can get. Number 3 contestant is the Solar Explorer. I really don't think he's going to do very well at all. His wheels are tiny, his weight distribution is all off, and looks like he kind of fizzles out at the bottom. Let's see, he's really not on his wheels, but perfectly clears the battle and ends up in a sad heap at the bottom. Next up, we have the T3 Trike. This one does manage to do a perfect front flip over the clone and droid battle, taking out one of the staffs in the process. This is another Life on Mars set that is one of my favorites in the theme. Although the Trike does not make it around the 90-degree bend, those were some of the best jumps that we've seen so far in today's race. Next up, we're setting down to Kua and Puu for our first and only Bionicle contestants. Here, of course, I do have Jaller instead of Kua. Looks like the course proved too fast and too steep for those stubby little crab legs, and unfortunately, they were not able to keep up. And Jaller with a perfect belly flop into the center stack. Puu is no slouch either, taking out several of the battle droids on his way down. This system starter truck is fully loaded. We have Anakin and Obi-Wan driving this beast, and of course, for good measure, Yoda in the back. Let's see if he can protect the group with his force powers. And that is quite a jump, skipping most of the course actually, and making it around the 90-degree bend. See a perfect jump over the camera here, and the hardest landing yet at the bottom. That's a direct hit on the X-Wing with only an axle remaining on the top. Looks like our pilot is safe, and moving on down here, we have our second winner. Now it looks like Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Yoda have joined the winner's circle, and Jabba even survived to greet them. This Thunder Driller from the Power Miners theme is up next, and this one has been hijacked by a group of crazy rock monsters. Let's see how they do. Off to a rocky start here, and that is the most destruction that we've seen so far in the race. This vehicle is very front heavy, and as such, it did not do well going down the steepness of the stairs. Looks like most of the rock monsters have flown off, as well as lots of the wheels and some of the other decorative parts as well. It's a heavy hit for a heavy set. It looks like Bib is about to take a wheel to the face here. Overall, a very successful run, lots of destruction there. The X-Wing took a direct hit, and we did have one survivor actually. We have a single rock monster. Looks like we did find the safest place on this vehicle right here. Speed Champions is represented here with the 1970 Ferrari 512M, and off to a completely lackluster start here. Looks like the low ground clearance is not helpful in this scenario, and we didn't even clear the first jump. Round 2 we did a little bit better, but the car still did not make it around the tough turn at the bottom. Looks like a couple of the parts did make it all the way down though, so I guess that kind of counts as a win. And another 2-for-1 with the Rocket Dragster and the Speed Dragster. These guys are off to a strong launch here, immediately colliding and sending over the first jump. Good thing my camera is well secured here because it does take a direct hit. Quite a bit of speed on those guys, and it looks like actually enough to have another finisher. It looks like the yellow racer was able to make it all the way down, and he even greeted Jabba personally at the finish line. Another successful run, and the winner's circle continues to grow, now including Anakin, Obi-Wan, Yoda, and Chip. Captain Rex has kindly agreed to pilot the 8383 Nitro Terminator for his run, and an absolute massive jump here. The massive wheels really give this truck an advantage, and in fact it goes a little bit too fast for this course. That may have been the biggest jump of the day so far. And now the biggest set to be running the course, the LEGO Technic Batmobile 42127. This is also the heaviest set and absolutely plows down the course. Looks like we took out a majority of the droid army here as well, so the 501st certainly will be happy about that. Turns out that its steering ability really didn't give it much of an advantage here, and it still ended up flipping over. While I had the course up, I decided to do a POV run here as well by attaching the GoPro on the front of the Batmobile. And hopefully, Batman was wearing his seatbelt this time. And now, the moment of truth with all 13 vehicles going down together. And they just keep going. I don't think a single one of these vehicles successfully made it all the way down the stairs. There are so many of them all hitting together. Parts are flying everywhere. This is an absolute LEGO massacre. Don't worry, no Legos were harmed in the filming of this video. Looks like our X-Wing pilot got quite a show here at the end, barely dodged a piece of Ferrari, and then the rest of the cars just in a massive pile up here. Looks like Obi-Wan was not as fortunate on this run, but he did end up taking out a battle droid on his way down. A couple of the racers didn't even make it that far from the start line here. Looks like they got caught up in this unintentional pothole. Must have been forced off the road almost immediately on the way down. Looks like the 501st prevailed here with only one battle droid remaining. Great job, guys. Looks like the jump has taken quite a bit of damage here as well throughout the races. There's quite a few divots here from where the Legos have hit. Please like and subscribe and comment below which one of the races or which one of the runs was your favorite to watch. Also, a massive thank you to all my subscribers. We just crossed the 500 subscriber mark last week, and I couldn't be more grateful to each and every one of you. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and thanks for stopping by.